Hello and welcome to today's YouTube episode. On today's sewing adventure, I'm going to be talking about all of my recent fabric purchases and what I plan to make with all of the items. So let's get started. So to start off with today, I thought I would share a fabric that has been gifted to me by the amazing Felicity Fabrics by Caroline and Fleece. So thank you so much for gifting these for me. This is in exchange for the December blog. So I think I'm going to be the last blog post of the year for Felicity Fabrics, and I'm going to be making the Nerissa jacket by Hand London. So the fabric that I chose for that, I've got two little swatches here. The lovely thing about when you buy fabric from Felicity Fabrics is they actually do give you a little swatch. Obviously these were gifted, I didn't buy them, but my plan is to make the mane of the jacket with this gorgeous pre-quilted fabric. It's a polyester, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's actually got this really gorgeous kind of reflective circles on it, which makes it really lovely, and it'll make it really good for the winter as well. Obviously it'll be super warm, and I just really liked the colour. It's kind of almost a cross between a grey and a green, so it is a really lovely fabric. It's really soft. The texture from the reflective dots kind of make it feel really softer than usual, so that's a really lovely one. Now with the Nerissa jacket there is an opportunity to bind the seams, so I mentioned that to Caroline and Fleece, and they sent me this gorgeous cotton floral ditzy print, little floral print that I can make my bias binding from. So I think that those two fabrics together will look very Christmassy for the last December blog, but also will work really nicely together. So I'm really excited to make that jacket, and because I have a timeline on it, that one will be happening quite soon, and I've bought the pattern. I just need to start cutting and making. So that is the first fabric that I have been given, or is one in my fabric haul lately. So Caroline and Fleece also threw in these free threads for me, which was really kind. So I will be using them. Obviously they're like perfect matches to the colours, so I will be using them to create the jacket. So that will be a really good one, and I can't wait to make a start on that. Now the next fabric is a little unusual for me. It is this fleece fabric that I got from Godmother. Usually I prefer a floral, but this is obviously kind of like a big animal leopard print type thing. So I want this to make a really big cozy jumper. I wasn't sure about the jumper that I was going to make, but then just after I bought this fabric, Friday Pattern Company released the Pogo Nip pullover. So that is what I will make from this fabric, and again it's getting really cold now, so it'll be really good to get this one made up quite soon. I think it'll be a super cozy jumper, and I think it'll be really comfy to wear as well. The Pogo Nip jumper actually is really lovely. I got this pattern book printed from Fabuloso, so that was really good, but it's a really cool pattern, and it actually has, obviously I won't be able to do this with my one because the fabric's too thick, but you can actually fold it up into a little pouch, which I think is really fun. So maybe after I've made this one, this is going to be my big fluffy warm one, I might actually try to buy some more like windbreaker type fabric and make one that I can fold up and carry around in a pouch, because I think that's really fun, and I just really liked this pattern when I saw it. Yeah, so that is what I'm going to make from this. I got 2 meters of it, but it looks absolutely massive. I think 2 meters might be too much, so I'll have to think creatively about what I can do with the scraps of this one. But yeah, Pogo Nip jumper by Friday Pattern Company. So over the last week I went away, and I actually went to New York, which is somewhere that I had never been before. I went with my partner, and it was part of my 40th birthday treat. So my birthday was at the end of September, but we decided to celebrate just in the last week just gone, and we went to New York. So that was an amazing wonderful trip, and we did lots of touristy things, and also I visited the fabric shop Mood Fabrics. It was literally a block and a half away from where we were staying, so we did make more than one visit to Mood Fabrics. You should be able to see some photos on the screen that I took inside the store. It's a really lovely store. There are 3 levels. They have so many beautiful things. I literally could have bought everything or anything in that shop and been really pleased with what I got. They're just so beautiful and amazing. So on my lap here I have 3 fabrics that I did buy, and I'm going to share them with you now. Now, all of the fabrics that I bought from Mood Fabrics were indeed florals. So I'm going to start with this one. This one is really gorgeous. It's got a slight stretch to it. It's got a 2-way stretch. It is a cotton. Oh, it's upside down. And it's got this really big floral print on it. So I saw it and I immediately liked it, and I thought that I would really like to buy that one. So what I plan to make with this one is the Mason Fauve Dandelion jacket. Now this is a pattern that I have talked about in my YouTube before, and I didn't really know what fabric I'd like to make with it, but this one here has actually got quite a good structure to it. It does have the 2-way stretch. I don't think that will be affect the outcome too much, but it's quite nice to have a bit of stretch in your jacket, so I'm sure that will be fine. Because it's got that nice structure to it, I think it will actually make a really lovely jacket. And the bold print, I think, will look, I might have to be a bit careful and think about the pattern placement, but I feel like the bold print could look really beautiful on it as well. So that is the first fabric that I bought, and I'm really happy with it. I think it's so lovely. And again, this is not something that I will make up immediately because it's more of a spring kind of make. The jacket is not really a winter jacket, and the fabric is not really a winter kind of weight, but I think that in the spring that will be absolutely beautiful, and that is the plan that I have for that one. Now the next 2 fabrics, I will talk about them together. They are these cotton florals. Now this one is a cotton lawn, and I really just loved the lilac, the flowers. They're all florals. I just thought that the colours were really stunning, and again I feel like this is a spring fabric. To be honest, I haven't thought about what I will make with this. I was thinking maybe an Agnes shirt would actually be quite nice, and I think that would look really nice with jeans, like tucked into jeans, or maybe under dungarees or something like that. So I feel like this will become like a shirt or a blouse. I did think Bakerloo blouse, but again, I'm not 100% sure, but I've got time. I don't think I'll be making this one up immediately, and sometimes it's nice when you just buy a fabric that you really love to kind of think about it and not have to immediately make something up and decide what to make. I think sometimes that is the joy of buying fabric, is really thinking about it and taking your time with that decision. So yeah, there's a few options for that one, but I just really loved it. I thought it was so lovely and so pretty. And there is enough to make a shirt, so I think a blouse or a shirt is what I will make from that one. Now the second one is this one. I don't actually know what type of fabric it is. It doesn't have a stretch in it. It's not a cotton lawn. It's almost kind of like a sateen type fabric. It does have a bit of a sheen to it. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but again, I just really liked the colours of this one. I feel like this one is more of kind of like an autumn wintry type colour palette to it, and I was actually even thinking that it would make quite a nice Christmas something. So maybe a skirt, again a blouse. I might have enough for a dress. Again, I do not have a solid plan for this. I just really loved it when I saw it. And I like the weight of it as well, and also kind of the slight sheen to it. I think it was just really lovely. So that is the third fabric that I picked up from Mood Fabrics. So normally I probably wouldn't buy so much fabric in such a short amount of time, but because we were in New York, and I've never been to New York before and I don't have any plans to go back there anytime soon, I thought that I may as well just treat myself to those 3 fabrics, and I'm really pleased that I did because I do genuinely love them all, and I think that they will make really lovely garments that I can put into my wardrobe. So really pleased with all my choices and happy that I got to see Mood Fabrics. It really was a lovely place to visit. So the last fabric that I'm going to share with you today is this one. It is this grey knit fabric. It is a brushed back jersey fabric, so it's got that gorgeous warm textured brushed cotton on the back, which is lovely. It's nice and thick, so it's perfect for the weather that we're having at the moment. Now what I decided to, or what I think my plan for this one at the moment, is to make the Tilly and the Buttons Nora jumper. Now I really like the Nora dress or top because it comes up around your neck quite high, so sometimes when I've made jumpers and things they do sit a bit lower, but this one's perfect for when it gets really, really cold because the neckline does sit quite high and it gives you that extra bit of warmth when it's cold. The majority of work I do is either teaching children or adults, so I do sometimes I have to go outside when I'm working, so I do really appreciate a really warm layer, and the dress kind of comes just like knee length, so it's really lovely just to have like a sweatshirt dress to keep you warm in those situations. So I'm not sure if I'll leave it plain grey. I might add some embellishments, I don't know, vinyl print, something to it just to kind of brighten it up a bit, but then sometimes it is quite nice just to have something plain that you can wear like a bright jacket or a bright something else with, so you can kind of accessorize it more if it is just left plain. So we'll see what happens with that one, but that will be a really good one to get into my wardrobe quite soon, obviously as it's getting colder and winter is getting closer. So that is it for today's YouTube episode. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the fabrics that I have bought recently and listening to some of the plans that I have for those fabrics as well. I hope you enjoyed seeing some little snippets of my trip away to New York. Next week I'm going to be sharing my most recent makes with you, and some of those makes are ones that I did take away, so I might talk a little bit more about my trip when I show you those makes, and they were all very good when I went away. It was very good to have those items in my suitcase to keep me warm. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate having you here watching. If you have already subscribed, then that's amazing. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you here regularly. If you haven't yet subscribed, then I would really appreciate that. That would be fantastic to have you here regularly as well. You just need to click the subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you here again soon.